The city of Eureka, California is declaring their city a sanctuary for transgender people. This is from krcrtv.com. The Eureka City Council is set to vote Tuesday, January 20th, on a resolution that would formally declare the city a sanctuary for trans people and for those seeking gender-affirming healthcare, joining a growing number of jurisdictions in California taking protective action as restrictions grow nationwide. The proposal states that the city will not use local resources or staff time to assist out-of-state investigations, warrants, or criminal penalties targeting people who receive or provide gender-affirming care in Eureka. The move aligns with California Senate Bill 107, signed into law by Gavin Newsom in 2022, which already prohibits state and local law enforcement in California from cooperating with other states' attempts to penalize residents for accessing gender-affirming healthcare. City leaders say the resolution is meant to ensure trans residents and those traveling to Eureka for care are not criminalized for medical decisions that are legal under California law. The resolution cites national medical consensus affirming that gender-affirming care is evidence-based and medically necessary. It lists endorsements from the American Medical Association, the American Academy of Pediatrics, the American Psychiatric Association, and other major health organizations. It also references research showing that gender-affirming care is associated with better mental health outcomes and lower suicide risk among trans youth. Trans folks represent less than 1% of the world's population, but they're being targeted and vilified, and this has a serious impact on them and the people around them, she said. She pointed to national data showing trans teenagers experience significantly higher suicide rates. It's sad to watch trans teens commit suicide at a rate 7 times that of their peers, she said, adding that studies consistently show improved outcomes when stigma and barriers are removed. Under the resolution, local departments, including the Eureka Police Department, would be prohibited from assisting in investigations related to out-of-state laws restricting gender-affirming care. So, the most important thing to remember here is that Trump, the MAGA cult, and other Republican political and religious cults are basing their personal opinions of LGBT people on disinformation. Disinformation is lies about the LGBT community. It isn't surprising this regime would be lying about the trans community. They have lied about almost everything in the last year. The attacks on the trans community were intentional and are by design an authoritarian tactic. The trans population is one of the smallest, most vulnerable populations in the world, and Republicans know this. The intent is to cause harm to trans people, and multiple genocide experts are screaming that this is early stages of a genocide against trans Americans. Over 410,000 trans Americans have already fled red states, and that number is still rising. In total, 1.5 million residents have fled from red states to blue states since Trump was inaugurated. The Trump regime has been extremely reckless, irresponsible, and just plain evil in their attacks on the trans population, and they've hurt their own red state economy in the process. In blue states and blue cities, we welcome trans people because we recognize truth, facts, and reality, and we treat people with respect. And the truth is, the Trump regime is evil. They are intending to harm trans people. Thank you for listening. Please like this, share this, get this information out there, leave your comments. I'll be back soon. Ta-ta.